Don't
Never
start
go
on
forward
time.
Never go full retard.
Bingo.
No, he's
Only have one square.
The fuck is this? What is the last meadow announcement? How do I close this garbage?
Click on the
I
X.
don't know.
Top right.
I did. Oh, there's don't ask. Oh, I have to click further. Okay, you knew what
Oh, it's a don't ask, don't tell thing, huh?
Yeah.
Gay!
What?
Ugh.
You good?
All right, Steven, start us out.
Awesome. Dread's weaknesses. I'm sorry, Captain's log. Dread's weaknesses. Say he's a fake vampire, and say he can never turn anybody into a vampire. That should knock him away from you for a while. Windings. He hates the face really, really badly. That's the only way you could get him angry. I think you could get him angry. Can't see his face very well. Wonder if Oliver could make him a new face or something. Well, anyway. Inner thoughts gone. As we arrive at Regan's place, we notice only one spelljammer can be docked at her place. So we asked her if she knew anybody. She said to go in town and ask. So we called our dear friend Garth. And apparently he owes us a little debt from the job that we did for him. So he's letting us use his place. And Oliver and I thought that maybe we can milk him for more than just a dock later on.
Oh, that
That actually is weird.
sounds real gay.
As everybody left and I jumped onto my spinner to meet them, I decided to go a little bit crazy on the road and went full throttle. Scaring the villagers here and there, but that's a good workout, you know. It's just what happened here. We need a little bit of excitement, some joy. And what brings joy to being chased by a spinner? Nothing. As I picked up everybody else at Garth's place, we decided to make our way back to Regan's place for the night. As we were making our way back on the road, we almost ran over a person on the road. Fred was whispering in my ear to keep going, but no, I said no. We're not murderers. Well, not I. The fellow that we ran over is a frog humanoid by the name of Clippy with an annoying voice.
Well, that's mean.
Clippy explained that he was thrown off or fell off his spelljammer train. Aero train? Yeah. And we decided to help him because that's what we do. So we made our way back to Regan. We made our way back to God's place and got on our spelljammer. But I'm confused. Was this the next day or the same day that we went to look for his family?
Same day.
That's the next day.
The next day.
Oh,
Okay.
anyway.
Scratch that.
Yeah, because we had a
Oh,
long
right.
rest.
Yeah.
Our dear friend, I think it was Oliver, found him a place to stay the night. Sleepy. That's an annoying voice. Next day, we ate our breakfast and we decided to head back to town on my spinner to get on our spelljam and old table room. Now that it's nice and clean. Just more like a vampire. Fred is next to me.
I
We
don't
decided-
think it's a real vampire.
Sorry. Hey, Oliver, how do you get in my diary? So we decided to get back and look for his train. Look for his train. I know Tiburon. Tiburon. On our way over there, we learned that he doesn't follow orders very well, especially if it involves parfait, since he loves sweets. And I think after this, we'll have to go. From what the 2 hours that I saw. So we made it back to. We found his train in the camouflage in some trees, where we were told that that the eggs were stolen and they wanted them back, and if we could help them.
Oh yeah,
At
we
the
did
same
this.
time,
Said, oh yeah, we did that.
so we did, and now we have some grown folks that can work the sand and desolate farmland of Regan. Why are we trying to make our money? I don't know, but that's what we do. Whatever. As we decided to go back into town to the meeting place, we were met with Captain Yoshizaki.
Yes?
Yeah.
Hoshizaki.
Yep, Yoshizaki. And that's where I left off. Because I think that's where we stopped. Well, I stopped it at meeting the Captain Yoshizaki.
Okay, I've got to go bring
And
the
I
little guy up
think-
to bed, but
And I think he did tell us that he has some ships there ready for us, but that's where he ended the video. I'm sorry, it wasn't the
Factually
best.
accurate.
It wasn't the best recap that I could ever done, but
No, you know what? Factually accurate. It's just the facts. El Marino was all business this time.
I mean, a lot of the stuff that I do is always being by myself, while everybody else is doing something else.
So
That's the
You
worst of
guys-
it was the spatial dread.
you guys had just met with Captain Hoshizaki. He had told you that you were a bit early to the meeting, that the Welsh were already here, but you guys were still waiting for the brick boots to arrive. It looks like they were going to make it on time, and the Five Fingers gangs to arrive.
And
There's no idea when they're going to show up.
and
And that's kind of where we had left it.
There we go.
and then also I am currently in the persona of
Captain Colin Master.
It's Colin Mustard.
I think I did put your name here in the notes, but I monologued some part and I skipped it over.
Well,
No, is
I
that the
think-
reason I cut the recap short? Because it's like literally a whole paragraph just talking about you being a fake captain. So I skipped over that.
that's funny.
So go
Well,
ahead.
now I'm a real captain.
I'm a real captain.
I mean, wait. What stops me from being a real captain? I'm calling myself a captain. We own a fucking spelljammer. It's a ship, right?
Sure, but
Yeah,
you're gonna
two.
be fitting daggers behind your back the whole time.
Sure. Nope. Okay. But I think we're gonna make a good impression. We need to
We
Show
got
our
an honor
work.
guard, and I point at the grunts.
I mean yes.
Oh, wait, we're supposed to look real tough.
Take your
Alright.
rifles and march and
I don't have enough
Translation.
uniforms for everyone. I only got the one red shirt.
what are they wearing? Do they just have rags, or do they actually have
Like they've got little tunics and they're not wearing pants.
They're
And
double
they've got
docking it.
like
Yeah.
little bandolier bags. Like it's a little bag that sits over their shoulder.
all right? And they all
They don't
I
need
gave them all Leo's rifles, right?
Oh, you know what? Who wanted to carry the grunts? Who wants their stat blocks and names?
Fucking okay.
I mean I can. That's no problem.
Okay, I'll add them to your character sheets.
And I gave them all las rifles, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Realistically, I just need to know. Wait. Do they have individual abilities, or are all they uniform?
They're all going to be uniform.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm really not wearing pants. They don't need to wear pants. That could be their uniform also.
What did I miss?
But the great part, Ron, is I can add them as a sidekick to your character sheet.
Awesome.
What did I miss?
Gang.
Anything?
I'm
You
a
died.
leader.
Did you say I died?
You're
You're
done
dead
rolling that one. You fell down like 2,000 feet.
I have Featherfall.
I don't know.
You were unconscious as it happened, so
Counter spell.
Damn.
it was done.
Counterspell is someone.
That would be so fucked. Like, you know what would be even more hilarious? It's like
He'd have to be
you guys
falling
just
with
defeated
me.
a lich. You guys are in the middle of like just the epic battle. The big bad just killed one of your members, and the cleric. It's like, all right, guys, I got the one diamond left for this. Let me go ahead and cast Revivify, and just out of nowhere, like a demi lich is like counterspell that you didn't see in the corner. You're like, no.
She's just like, bitch! And then he just walks away. Who was that guy? Who was that?
Fucking asshole.
He's an asshole!
That would be really funny, though.
Anyway,
Will's got
Oh, yeah,
5 minutes.
Will's still not here. That's true.
They don't need pants. For now, we could get them some pants in town.
Fair. I'm sure we can afford some good uniforms.
You know-
I apologize, you grungs, that we didn't really prepare for actually having a cruiser suddenly. But it works out in everyone's favor. Yours and
Oh,
ours.
that's okay. We like having our clothes. So,
you don't have to if you want to. Dress or undress to your comfortability.
Just look at her.
I mean,
You would look very snazzy if you like had a uniform or something, though.
Oh, Mr. Uptight. Everybody needs
Out.
a uniform.
wait a
Now,
second.
maybe it was like gold
Question,
ship. It could be yellow and black. You know?
If we got the uniforms, I think it'd be appropriate if we all got uniforms.
Oh.
Now that is what I'm talking about.
And I look at the trench coats. I can wear this though, still over it, right?
Absolutely.
We could be a unit together.
See, Dred's got the idea. It's more of a branding thing. You know, we gotta be known for who we are.
Yeah,
And that's how we make an impression.
let's just wear all red, like blood red. It'll make an image that will never leave the enemy's mind.
No.
What?
Well, it depends. Like, if we're on the Tacoma, the yellow and black one, then or yellow and purple, it's got to be yellow and purple. Or black. What color is that? Am I colorblind?
I think we need to figure out a name for ourselves first before uniforms.
Oh yes.
Bubbles.
We gotta come up with a name for the group.
I think so.
No.
I mean, we're just the crew of it, and then I just look back at our ship. What's our ship's name?
LT Barone.
Yeah, we're just the crew of the LT Barone.
So when we go into the War Council, we're gonna say, "Hello, we're the crew of the LT Barone, and we're here to gather you."
Yes.
Okay.
That doesn't sound bad at all.
Okay. Just checking.
And he's like an army individual here, and he's got experience in this kind of thing.
Oh my
Not
God.
really Navy. I was more of infantry and,
Mr. DeLumbo, you were in the war.
I'll put it this way: you're more adjacent to it than I'd ever come.
Yep.
And somehow Oliver Green was not in the war. He's much older than you. You'd think he'd be drafted as well.
He wasn't from the same place, probably.
That makes a lot more sense. So we all agree on being in like a dark, dingy, like dirty red, right?
No.
No.
Oh, rude.
It's everything but that, actually.
And Wingding says,
Hey!
Dings, you agree with me, right?
Just say no.
Actually, Wingdings, what's your thoughts on the uniformed idea? We're mostly on board with it. We're just trying to come up with good
No,
theme.
we're not.
I love it, Ellerina. You be
Yellow uniforms would be really cool.
Why do we want to make ourselves an easier target? Hey, that's them because they're all wearing the same sissy looking uniform.
Look, we're gonna be on the same ship either way.
I think
No,
Eric
they're
comes
not-
in and it's just like, yeah, but what if someone's impersonating us?
That's
It makes it a
true.
lot harder if we all have the same uniform.
That's
Wait,
true.
so but
You know, if
We
we have
all-
skulls on our uniform, that would be pretty sick. Am I right, guys? Am I right?
that could be cool.
Like, I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
going to say I'm against it at all. No.
What if everyone has like one? Who would be impersonating you? Who we know all our crew.
Why don't
Two.
we have fake masks being made and we just wear them over our faces?
Look, who's gonna impersonate Dread? I mean, really though.
Who's gonna
Somebody
impersonate? Wingding,
desperate.
look at yourself.
Yeah.
Look, I'm all bones here. You know,
Look,
there's
if
there's
we're
no
really
meat on
concerned
any of
about-
this.
I just think Oliver Green just looks at you and hears the TSK and is like, he has no lips.
How do you make that
How
sound?
do you do that?
Yeah.
I have my ways.
Well, look, how-
but like in my head, that's okay. All right.
How about we just have like if we're scared about people impersonating us, we just have like a saying or like a code that we can, if we don't know them, we just make sure or something.
Yeah, but
Look,
then somebody
we'll
read
get
our
to that.
mind and get the code.
We'll get to all that, but realistically, I would just try to make us look a little bit more flaring and branding so people know who we were when we had to like show up in town or something like that. Be like, oh, that's the crew of so and so. What if we need a
Oliver, how
job
about-
from us?
How about we
He
get
makes
a
a good
name?
point.
How about we get our name out first?
Yeah.
Let's do something.
I mean, what gets a name out more than really sick duds?
Not only that, whenever we make our name, if we're wearing the uniforms, then it becomes renowned.
Exactly.
Plus, we're about to go into a really important meeting. Do we want to be wearing...
I look at my
I
garb.
don't think anybody
and I
else
say,
has changed.
better not say anything bad about what I'm wearing.
Look, do we have time to get uniforms made in like what, an hour?
It's about 2 hours. It's a
You're
little
not
more
going
than-
to get rid of my duster, by the way. I will
Regardless.
wear the other things over top, but you will not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm wearing my trench coat. This is good. It's useful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can feather it however you want. I care not the least bit. It's just the main. It's the main
Feathers?
thing.
Who said anything about feathers?
You did.
I don't know.
Duster, not feathers.
Regardless, I find it an excellent idea, and
I've got the
I don't find anyone here have any counterpoints that is too far against it. You can flare it however you wish. I think it's just good that we have at least some kind of theme for it.
Because I got a feeling we might have to put Oliver Green in a home after this.
Yeah.
Oliver Green's inside the ship,
The ship is our home.
making sure everything's okay.
No, I
Taking
mean,
stock of what we have.
Oliver Green, are you really doing this?
He's
Why
in the
not?
ship. He's not with us.
What the hell are you talking to? The old man is inside the ship with the grunt.
This is what happens when you've been alive for so and so many years. Like what?
You're the
100.
one that needs to go back into the ship. You see how
True.
vampire, whatever you are.
His eyes need to be adjusted.
Oh, right, Clippy. Do these guys know how to use these rifles?
Oh yeah, we can use guns and firearms stuff.
No, but do they know how to use them? Like how you're using them at the
Well, no.
at the farm? Okay, could you like help?
I
them
could
with
give
that?
them pointers.
Pointers.
I
Give
don't
them some
think we should
pointers.
be shooting up here on top of the jack.
No,
So
don't
we'll go
shoot.
do that in the hold.
No, we're not shooting here. I just need you to keep them like.
We're shooting.
They're
We're
shooting
shooting.
up? They're shooting
I
up?
say, whipping out my gun immediately.
Fireball! Fireball!
So Wingdings whips out his gun, and all 6 of the grung will all go for their guns at the same time. It's like, oh shit!
Who's shooting?
No one should.
Oh,
Okay,
we're not
we can run training exercises later then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you make them like seem focused?
I like the idea of everyone just slowly putting their gats away.
Yeah, even Columbo doesn't have his out yet, but he just have like
He reached for it like instinctively.
yeah.
Oliver begins to question his career choices.
Yeah.
Or lack thereof.
Uh-huh.
Just, I could have been a bard.
Wingdings
could have been a bard.
absolutely Appreciates all of his own choices at all times.
Well, anyone else got any ideas on what we need to try and accomplish while we're here? I'm listening.
Okay, hear me out.
Sure.
Purple and red.
What's the color of her ship again? Yellow and what?
Yellow and crimson.
Yellow and red.
You know, there's a saying when you're out in the woods that if you see a snake and it's striped, red touches black, you're okay, Jack. But if red touches yellow, you're a dead fellow.
Who's Jack?
So, was that what you said? Red and yellow?
Where's the snake?
Red. If a snake is red and yellow striped, and the red and yellow are touching, then that means that it's venomous and that it can kill you. But if the red and black, if red and black are touching, then that means that it's not venomous and it's okay.
I don't like this.
Red.
She seems to be crossing a lot of back and forth here.
Red. Did you want red and yellow?
Yellow uniforms with red trim.
Red.
I hear you.
Red
Yellow
couple.
uniforms, red trim.
Maybe red
Yeah,
uniforms, yellow trim.
Gold.
So
Reverse,
it's bleeding in the back.
reverse on what you want.
No, gold
Actually-
with red trim.
I got an idea. You guys can literally just go with the colors and flavor your own garments. Make it a little bit faster for this current event.
We've gone from let's get a uniform, just like fuck it, pick whatever you want, just wear something nice.
Wear something nice, wear something colorful, make it somewhat themed with the flippin'.
No, I want to be matching. It would be so nice.
I agree.
So then let's
I
do
agree.
it.
As long as it's red and yellow, make it whatever you want.
Right?
Yes.
Evan Dira chimes in and goes, why don't we just hit up a clothing store, find stuff that's in our sizes that's in red and yellow, that's nice, fresh, not coated in vampire dust.
What's wrong with my duster?
Or how
I'm
about we just
totally
make it
up
gray
for
and then we get a patch
idea.
that's red and yellow on it
At-
on our side until we get nicer ones.
Like a patch?
At the idea of finding things in our size, I look down at like my -15 waist. Like,
The
I'll
skeleton
figure
makes a
something
point.
out.
Patches.
Patches.
I think in China that's a size 4.
You know, there was a nice man named Patches that I met once. He let me cross the river.
Uh-huh. And
Okay.
then
It was then the first time I went to hell.
Oh.
wait,
Oh.
I feel like there's a story here. I'm not sure I want to know about it.
But Patches awaits. Sorry, it just kind of reminded me of such a nice fellow.
Hold on to that thought.
They'll do.
Serafina and Savik come up from below deck, and they're like, so, what's the plan? Who's
Patches.
staying, who's going?
Patches.
We're all getting patches.
It's going to be like a tattoo that goes on your like clothing.
As a member of the crew, Serafina, I know, obviously, you're helping us out for as much as you can for as long as you can. And we are grateful for every bit of help you're offering us. We are obviously doing what we can and trying to help you as well.
We are?
You are on bigger things than what we could ever aspire to be, let's be honest. Your bloodline alone causes waves that our lowly crew couldn't accomplish. You need to spread your wings a lot further than what we will do. So whenever you advance beyond our lowly spelljammer. I just want you to know, you helped us a lot.
Aww.
And you've been a great assistance to me as well. I don't think that I'd have survived that initial strike if it weren't for your help in recruiting that Titan.
Well,
You said the
it
word.
happened.
You said the word bloodline, and Dred's over here drooling.
Regardless,
At any rate, I'm going to head in and prepare, kind of schmooze with the faction leaders that are here. If you don't mind, I'll be taking Savik with me for some amount of bodyguarding.
So, really quick before you leave, I do have a question. Being a princess and everything, how much, in terms of finances, how much do you have access to? Some of these factions may need some financial persuading.
Well, on me, not very much at all. Maybe a few hundred.
And if we...
But back on the Citadel, if we can be successful in either repelling or disabling my brother, several 100,000.
Okay.
Depending upon whether you want liquid assets or physical assets, such as upgrades for your ships. I'm sure we could be accommodating there as well.
I think that is something that we may need to negotiate with some of the other factions, is either some kind of down payment, but definitely some percentage of reward in terms of items or ships or territory or funds.
Wait,
Well-
was it aerospace or...
let's just be
With
real.
our silver-tongued friend, Captain Colin here, I'm sure he can convince them that the fleet itself could be their reward.
Thank you.
Your people here in the Reef are, I hate to say the word scavengers, but very adept at taking apart a Spelljammer for all its useful components, and using the rest as fodder to repair damaged ships.
I'll just put it this way: negotiations should never start with offering coin. If you offer
Not
the first
start
amount,
with.
if you offer the first amount, you are the one that's failing the deal.
You're
They have to
definitely
ask
on the
for
back
their-
end, yeah.
Agreed, but we should go in prepared to know what our cap is in terms of what we're willing to offer, so that way we don't have to step away and negotiate or argue in the middle of the proceedings and delay. We're on a limited amount of time until he arrives.
Absolutely fair point.
Give me an insight check, Amalia.
Oh boy, I'm going to use real dice for this, not fucking around with D&D
There you
Beyond.
go.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
There you
We're
go.
not doing this.
D&D Beyond, I swear, it's like we believe everything 19 and below should roll. Like rarely.
Yeah, when was the last time somebody rolled a nat 20 on D&D?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Look, I
2017?
rolled nat 20s
Let's
on
try
D&D
it
Beyond.
right
Good number
After
Connor,
3 rolls, I just rolled down this die. Gotta love it.
Alex.
Lucky.
what?
No, you said my name. I just said
Yeah, what'd you get?
Okay. That's 19 plus 7, so that's 26.
11.
Jesus. Okay.
Okay.
The Lumbo.
That's what happens when you use real dice.
That's why I do use real dice.
You.
I'm telling
You
myself.
definitely believe Serafina when she says she doesn't have much on her. That seems like it'd be true.
Oh, yeah.
Amalia, you can tell she's not representing the full worth of her fortune. Mostly based on the fact that her brother's sending 20 ships. Ships are not fucking cheap.
No.
Tens of thousands of gold are poured into a ship to get it up in operation from just raw materials. Including 5,000 per helm for spelljammers. Minimum. So this fleet, even if all you guys could recover were spelljammer helms, this fleet would easily tax out 100,000 gold pieces.
Just in ships.
Just in Spelljammer helms, because there's 20 of them.
Damn. She's in the money.
Yeah, but she's not going to want to hold on to any of those after, because once she's installed on the throne, that's no guarantee that all of his allies are going to be here in this one fight. Like, she's still going to need to recover losses. She's still going to need to continue to gather arms and gather armadas in order to continue to rally her support.
I'm just giving you information as to what you know this fleet would be worth minimum.
What his fleet would be worth, or what her current?
Yeah, but this fleet that's coming here would be worth. His fleet.
And is that like if it's salvaged, destroyed, or if it's
That's like if the only salvageable things you could get are the Spelljammer helms of each ship.
Yeah, if we survive.
Like it's hard for you guys to do the math yourselves because you don't know what these ships are worth. You wouldn't know off the top of your head. None of you have ever had enough money to buy one. But you know it's a significant sum of money.
I'm a window shopper.
sorry, I'm just printing something out.
I'll give you more information here, though. In order to maintain 100 ships, like what she says their full navy would maintain, in order to maintain that much, there has to be a very significant amount of coin backing it, just for the amount of people that have to be paid.
Okay.
You couldn't put a figure to it, but she is not wanting for money or material at home.
Okay.
The problem is she doesn't have direct access to it.
That makes sense. I mean, you wouldn't want to carry that on you. That's putting a large target on your back. Honestly and candidly, we really don't know a whole lot about her, so I still don't, wholly trust her anyway.
That checks out.
Is there anything else you guys want to ask Savik or Serafina before they head inside?
No.
Now we're good.
No.
No.
Loyalty?
Okay. So as you guys part ways, Serafina reminds you that there's about 2 hours remaining until the meeting is going to be called. And she kind of reminds you that you're leaving the Grung in charge over here on the ship. And Savik mentions that he temporarily disabled the spelljamming helm of the ship while it's stopped.
I mean, it's safe in there now, right?
Yes.
Is Clippy staying on the ship, or is he going on?
Clippy is... that's up to you. He's inside.
Okay. He might as well come with us so we can figure out what we're like.
Yeah.
Lost compensation.
Are you reading, Connor?
Do you know what I'm reading?
I know what you're reading.
He's reading over the Doomsday paper.
Yeah.
Ooh, yay.
Magna Carta.
Cool, let's go shopping!
Shopping. Now, honestly, I think yellow coveralls with maybe like red lining, red sidings would be kind of cool, interesting. At the same
You guys
time,
can
maybe
design your own uniforms.
How about we just get a band with all our colors in them and that's it?
No,
Put it
we're
on our-
getting patches.
That's it.
you know patches make a lot more sense.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, I don't get me wrong. You all have your own particular flavor. I mean, I just look at Amalia. I was like, try and get her in a uniform.
Evandira smiles and says she could always put the patch on her shield.
Exactly.
Also,
it's more universal.
Did you just say you can wear a skirt?
Shirt.
Yeah, you would be against a skirt. You right.
Isn't a skirt just a very long shirt, anyways? Like, I don't know.
I am wearing a very long shirt.
Oh,
There
you're
you go.
wearing a boyfriend shirt?
Basically, yeah.
Vampires know what that is.
What? What is?
What?
We know what is.
A boyfriend shirt.
What's a boyfriend shirt? As I look at you
You-
with like
oh, God.
with like empty eyes.
I don't know anymore.
At any rate, you guys go walking through town. Let
Anything
me
interesting?
do a thing.
I'm in the money.
So this city has several different shops you guys could go to. There's the Dragon's Armory.
The
Oh,
armory.
guys, what if we name our crew Dragon These Nuts?
No.
There's the Unicorn's Hauberks.
Okay. What if it's called Dragon R Nuts?
Hopperts?
Hauberks. Like
Hopper?
a shirt of chainmail.
Oh, okay.
It's called the Unicorn's Hauberk. And Ahmed's Mystical Arcana. A trading shop.
Oh, what now?
A trading shop called Ahmed's Mystical Arcana.
You're gonna wash them the second say.
I'm in.
I walk in.
So which one?
That last.
Like, these are
All
just
of
stores that pop out to you. Which
The
one
magic
first?
one.
I want to see how meds.
Let's investigate the meds. I'm sure they will have exactly what we are looking for.
Is Cape of the Montebank or whatever not attunable? Like, it doesn't attune? Okay. The entire time I was sitting there thinking I had like 2 attunement slots taken, but it's
What
just
was the
one.
magic shop, Caleb?
Neither of those. You guys had said clothes.
Oh, okay. We'll go
Yes.
to the one that looks more badass.
Well, you said it's a bunch of like
Badass
smitheries,
people.
so they're all gonna look pretty rad.
We're gonna have studs all over our uniform.
So, Ahmed's Mystical Arcana. Will had called that one out by name since he used an actual name.
Yes.
We're gonna go with his first. You guys stop in at Ahmed's. It's in the Adventurers Ward, surrounded by busy streets and comfortable inns, and people wearing suits of armor that are far too large for them, and carrying swords that are far too small to be useful. The shop is a single-story, half-timber, half-stone building with carved wooden doors, and several snakes slither along the slither along the edges of the door frame like an animated illusion. And there's a great big hand-carved sign that says Ahmed's Mystical Arcana. All are welcome.
Even skeletons, huh? Let's go.
Mhm.
And I go.
Where are we going?
All right. Well, let's
I'm
see
in.
who's, see
Are
what the
going to
skeleton's so
Ahmed's.
happy about.
Oh man, Mr.
Wait, dude,
Dilemma.
wait up.
We need to work
Yep,
on that
yep.
memory of yours.
So as you guys enter Ahmed's trading shop, you can tell there's a large amount of standard gear here, There are fine suits of clothing, leather armor. There's even a suit of full plate here, if someone were inclined to pay that kind of price for it. Dear God, it's expensive. But you can see there's quite a selection of fine clothing here. At least fine by an adventurer standards. He's got all kinds of older garments, like poofy raiments, the ribbed puffed collars that you would see, pantaloons, several different kinds of capes with glitter.
Oh man!
But also, he has at the very back a glass display case with some potions behind a lockbox.
Well, I'm already wearing a fancy cape.
What's the cape?
My
I'll
God,
look at it.
pantaloons. All of it.
Like most of these
Oh.
capes most of the material that's sitting out front of the shop is mundane adventuring equipment. You can buy anything you need out of adventuring gear here, like your 10-foot poles, your caltrops, ball bearings, yada yada. All of that can be found here. But he also has some magic items.
I can't believe that. I haven't seen pantaloons in years. That's so long. I remember time it was a dance. Did you ever wear
Right,
pantaloons?
you can even find a new duster.
No, you can't con me out of mine.
Is it a trench coat or a duster?
It's duster.
Oh.
Mine has a rich history.
Hey, Oliver, did you ever wear pantaloons when you were younger? Like, when it was the style?
At the very back of the shop, you guys can see a dark-skinned human. And he, opens his arms widely and says, "Welcome, welcome to Ahmed! I am Ahmed Mir."
Why don't you tell us what he really looks like? Or are you afraid of HR again?
I'm afraid of HR again.
Welcome. Thank you for welcoming us, Amir. We're actually browsing right now. We've recently acquired a new spell jammer, and we're looking for something a little bit more uniform or...
You want to
Something of the
match
sort.
uniform?
We want to spice our shit up. I want a butt with flair. I want a butt with style. I want a butt with color.
I don't want to take away my uniqueness.
He rubs his
Red.
beard a little bit and says, "Well, uniforms I can arrange to have made, but I don't really keep that sort of thing here on the shelf. Not many adventuring parties come in all looking for the same gear."
I know, right?
Not wrong. We're looking for patches. You got any ways to make...
Or like a
patches.
uniform that look the same, but maybe have different traits. Probably more patches would be more reasonable. Yeah.
I think I can arrange for some patches to be created fairly quickly.
And then, what kind of logo are you guys thinking?
Oh, I got it. A bat.
You sure not a skull?
Skull's
Skull's
pretty
pretty good.
rad.
There could be
Red.
a bat.
Oh, what about a
Yeah.
dragon skull with wings?
Well, look, what's the biggest thing we've done that we can be appreciative about? Like,
That we've done so far?
We killed some vampires.
Spelljammers.
yeah, we kill vampires. How about a skull of like a vampire skull?
That's really fucking rude.
Like
What?
like
You're
a
not vampire.
skull, but like with
I
fangs.
look
Yeah.
with disgust at fucking
I'm sorry.
Mr. DeLumbo, and I'm just like,
I
pardon me.
How about
I'm-
just a skull with an explosion behind it? Like, the whole thing is mostly an explosion, but then, like, a skull coming out of it.
now
But
that
obviously-
now that is what I'm talking
wonder
about.
if it's like a splashing like
Pretty
right
red.
Right.
Ahmed's
that.
writing this down, and he's like, "Skull with explosion." And how many patches would you like?
And then I minor illusion exactly what I'm thinking, and it just looks just like that. Something like this. You guys, your thoughts?
and I'll be yellow and red.
And I just recast it more like this. And then at this point,
that one right there. That one speaks to me.
Kind of like the shadow of the skull, like there's more red smoke coming off of it now as it's flying out.
Yeah, that speaks to me.
And it's red, and it's got outlines of yellow.
Can we get it like
Yellow eyes.
Can we
Yellow
get it?
eyes.
Yellow eye sockets, and then everything else is outlined as for red. Yeah.
Can we get it animated like that too? That would be dope.
How much would be
He
for
kind of
animated?
pauses and rubs his chin at that question and goes, yes, I think I could have animated, yeah. It might cost extra fee, though.
About how much extra?
Well, how many do you need?
And I just look at
The more
us.
I'm making, the cheaper I can get.
A 10.
10.
Wait, are you still including God, what's his name?
I just chose a number.
Oh,
More
okay.
than us.
Good
Have
enough.
spares.
Yeah, 10's good.
I think I could do them for 12 gold piece apiece,
Well,
so 120 gold.
Sold.
4, 5. We got 5 here.
We got 5 grungs.
5 grungs. We got 6 grungs. 7 grungs.
7
No,
grungs.
6?
6 grungs.
Oh, we
6
got
grungs.
5
There's
grungs.
5 gunners and
Clippy.
Clippy.
Okay.
Alright, double it.
Oh, that's right, Clippy.
And
I
he
almost
pulls out an abacus and does some math real quick. 11 gold apiece, 110 or 220.
Sold.
I almost called him Stapler. But
How much do you need from me? I'll pay.
Huh? No, don't worry about it.
No, I'm gonna put into.
He jots some things down and he pulls out a rock and puts it up to his ear and says, yes, this I'm in. None of them gotta go to Savannah. None of them gonna and argues with somebody on the other end of the phone, and then after a few seconds he gets happy and he goes, yes, we are all good. 1 hour you come get minor illusion patch. Stick to anything. Ahmed guaranteed.
wait,
See,
that's all.
this is what I'm looking for. Competent salesperson. You, my friend, are a genius with your business you're running here. We'll be back in an hour. Here's and I just drop 105 gold pieces. Here's half now, half when we come back.
He nods and says, very good business. And he sweeps those off the counter and gives you a receipt.
Oh, I don't
See-
want to have to walk all the way back.
You can wait,
don't
you can
have
wait right there if you want for an hour, Dred.
What are you guys gonna do? I don't want to miss out on anything fun.
So you're gonna complain no matter what we do?
Pretty much, honestly.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, there's a couple places we can go.
honestly, yes.
At least you admit it. See, now I can't fault you for that. That's just who you are. You are a complainer, and I have labeled you that now. You realize that, right?
The answer is yes.
I'm not lazy. I'm ancient. Too old.
See, I love how he skirted the question. I didn't say anything about his laziness, but he pointed it out. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
And then, I mean, we'll just go back to the crew and shoot the shit for
We don't
45 minutes and then walk back. Like, we'll consider that a short rest at most.
We had a long rest not long ago.
Perfect.
Does
So,
every,
who doesn't have bardic inspiration? And who doesn't have inspiration?
I don't.
I would.
Well, now you do.
Very good.
What are you talking about? You got inspiration from doing the recap.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
get that?
I'll take
Oh.
it.
Yes.
I'll take the inspiration.
So the armor you're talking about, would that have like ammo as well?
What?
Yeah.
What ammo? What are you talking about?
No, I mean like armor we passed. Like, do
talking
they
about
have it?
Willis?
Going halberd?
In the hour that we're waiting, can I?
Well, about your
Oh,
range.
the armorer. Yeah, he would have ammo.
Yeah, go there.
Okay, where's the spell? The spelljammers.
Well, I'll go there.
Spelljammer?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I will go with Mr. DeLumbo because apparently I'm lazy.
Because
Someone prepared
he's an adult.
Why are you coming? You don't even use guns.
You haven't offered me a gun.
I did.
You
Yes,
haven't.
he did. Offered all
You
of his
haven't
guns.
recently.
Yeah, he did.
Steven has been trying to say
I
something.
offered everyone guns to shoot the vampires, and you didn't take one. Like, no one took one. And even when I gave them, they didn't even use them properly.
You haven't offered me one
I've been using my
recently.
guns properly.
Well, I only have my own guns. I don't give guns to Wingdings. He has his own guns. He knows what he's doing.
You haven't
What were you
offered.
saying,
I'm a
Steven?
professional.
What
Yeah,
were you
but-
saying, Steven? Everybody keeps talking up as soon as you say it. It was something about the Spelljammer.
Force jam.
This reminds me.
Oh, you're gonna prepare Steven?
Yes.
You haven't offered me a gun recently.
I'm gonna
Then go
prepare
ahead.
force jam.
I only offered it once. If you don't want a gun,
What if I change my
Don't
mind
break
and
the
I'm just like, oh, that's super cool, and I want to get my hands on one of those juicy rifles?
they're there, but you don't use them. You never have.
You've
You never
never.
even tried.
You haven't offered enough times.
You know what? If you're gonna follow me, just do what you do.
So
I'm gonna
as you
go.
guys,
Okay.
as you guys argue on your way to the Unicorn's Hallberg. Also in the Adventurers District, at the north of Major Crossroad, that's the name of the road, there's a tavern right next door called the Shepherd and the Mug, and on the other side is a hospital.
Oh,
And
baby.
in between is the Unicorn's Hallberg. It's a single-story stone-walled building with lead glass windows and a tall elven wrought iron door, like the cage door you would put on a pawn shop. It's built around a huge forge, and you can see the smoke billowing out even as you come up to the front door. So you open this iron cage door that's on the outside, and then there's an inside door too. As you guys enter, you can see that behind the forge is a thin female dwarf. She seems to be, wasting away, even though she's swinging this hammer at the forge fairly efficiently. She looks very thin, but seems to be stronger than she looks. And inside here, you can see all kinds of arms and armaments. They've got weaponry, they've got guns. She's even got a little pony cannon.
Pony cannon?
Yeah, like a small 12-pound cannon that you would have drugged by a pony.
Gotcha.
Do you know who? We have a donkey that could probably make use of that, but it is definitely just yours.
That could be good defense for the farm. Maybe. Anyway,
Man, we might have to train Chester in a different way.
At any rate, she turns and looks at you and says, "Welcome, welcome. Is there anything I can help you find?"
There is. I'm looking for a gun.
She points to a rack just full of different bolt-action firearms.
Mr. DeLumbo, do you want any of these?
I'll do an inspection check or something. I guess.
I mean, I'll give it to you passively. These are normal, mundane firearms.
Mm-hmm. And nothing's like las rifle.
Nothing like your las rifles.
Mm.
Like,
Do you have any
these are
magical
probably a
guns?
step up from the guns you used back in the war, but only because the guns you used back in the war were 25 years ago.
Yeah.
That she has magical guns?
Do you have any?
She doesn't appear to.
Oh,
What are they?
Do you have any of the laser rifles, or is this more of the old-fashioned kind of ways?
She shakes her head and says, "No. Here in Blackrock, we don't really carry many Tachimura weapons. Typically, our customers are the Welsh or the Five Fingers. But I do have an absolute boatload of standardized rifles." She pulls one off the wall, racks it, forces a clip in, and says, these, and then racks out those rounds. She says, these rifles are tested by my sister. She's out for the day today, but 1,000 racks every rifle. We do about 150 shots out of every rifle before they're even put on display.
Nice.
Also, they're well used.
What about ammo? Do you
Well
have any,
maintained.
do you have specialized ammo for anything? Or...
Nope, these are all standardized. All of these use the same ammunition except for the cannons, of course.
This is good to know.
Mm-hmm.
How did you make the trolley, the donkey cannon?
Well, I'm a forge cleric. I can make pretty much any armament that's less than 5 feet long.
That's hella
It
useful.
takes a while, but
No, we don't really have a long time. That's just cool to see.
How much?
Actually,
How
does
many?
she have a light crossbow?
she does have light crossbows.
I would buy a light crossbow off her and about 40 bolts.
Do you have a shooting range? Could I try with the rifles?
She nods and says, "Our shooting range is out back. I will have to charge you a rental fee, just in case you damage any of the weaponry. For these light crossbows and 20 bolts, it's 26 GP for the crossbow, and I think it's 10 GP per fletching of bolts. So that'd be... I think it's 10.
Hold on.
Oh, it's one GP. Okay, never
I
mind.
was say, oh, good God, those things are not
So
usable.
in total, that would set you back 28 GP.
I'll give her 30 and get 2 more bolts.
Okay. We'll call it a 5 gold piece rental fee to borrow any of my rifles to use on the range.
I actually give her 300 silver.
You give her the same amount, just all in silver.
Yep.
Lighten your load.
I had a friend do that at a theater once. He bought those foods. I'm sorry, what I must do, and he just dropped a pile of fucking change.
Nickels.
That was pretty much it. Yeah.
This is probably the worst thing I've ever done to people is like buy a bunch of McChickens and pay in silver and pennies.
Yeah.
Wow, and pennies for a McChicken.
Yeah.
I remember going.
I just remember it's like, that will be $5.53. And he's, I'm sorry, what I must do. And he just opens his hands and drops all these fucking. He's like,
I know what I must
these? And he's
do.
like, no, I did not count these.
I remember going to a Blockbuster back when Blockbuster was a thing, and renting out a game with nothing but quarters.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what, $6-7 in just
Yep.
straight quarters?
And they probably loved it.
The poor lady behind the counter was all like, where'd you even get all these?
Yeah.
It's like, don't worry about it. And it was only way later on that I was just all like, because like, you know, I was still a pretty little kid, and I was like, damn! I would have punched myself in the throat if I was in her position right there. Shit.
I remember I rented from Video Quest Oblivion so many times. My mom just went out and bought the game for me. It's like, would you stop? Just have the game. Just have it.
Mhm.
I mean, that's very valid, though.
Yeah.
At that point, yeah, it is cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to rent this rifle and go out back and just have the joys of shooting a percussive normal rifle?
Yep.
So, is this where we would get the rare item that was the result of bingo, or is that something
No.
we discussed with you?
That's gonna be in the loot table of the first ship you guys down or invade. It's just like right out the gate in the first fight. Whatever the first ship you destroy or board, it's going to be added to that loot table.
Gotcha. Okay.
So what I'm hearing is Wingdings gets to go weapons free immediately.
That's your guys' choice.
So what I'm hearing is
Delombo, rents this rifle for 5 gold, goes out back to the shooting range, and just has a grand old time racking and firing just a pretty standard 308.
I'm just
Like,
gonna go up.
this is a fairly large caliber rifle.
I'm gonna go out there and watch while Oliver Green buys his bullets or his arrows.
And I don't know if the flashbacks he has are good or bad, but this definitely reminds you of the rifles you used back in the war. If I remember right, these do 2d10.
2d10.
Delumbo, you need to start breathing more, man. Your eyes are going red. I've never seen you like this.
I feel actually quite calm. This case takes me back.
Your grip is really hard on that weapon.
It's a good rifle. I could probably get a bigger one. I mean, just for my size. You know what? I don't want to get into it. Because then I will start rambling and no one wants to hear that. It's another thing.
You're right, I don't. I just wanted to see you fire one of these things.
Wonder how much we can get for these.
See, you're rambling.
No, I want to repair it.
I walk away.
No. Good.
I go to the hospital. I just leave all of you.
I go back and I ask you, it's like, so you do big orders of these, right? How much is it for a bunch?
She says, "Well, I've got quite a few of these done. I've got about a backlog of about 30 of them complete. We only keep 5 out in stock just for show. How many would you need?"
I don't know.
Each one normally runs about 125.
Gold?
Yes.
You can really add gold.
Hmm.
And Lorena's laughing her ass.
Oh, actually, hey, Caleb,
Mhm.
would she have, looking at it here in the 2024 rules, there's a common magic item crossbow that's like spell attuned or silvered. Can I get a silvered one?
Yeah.
So it essentially just rolls 1 additional damage dice.
Ooh.
How much is that?
I am scrolling down to the silvered weapons.
I'm careful because whatever number you pick, I might actually pay in silver.
So a normal crossbow would be 25. These are going to run about 75.
Okay, so another 50 silver.
Yes.
I mean, 500 silver if I had it. I'll give her 200 silver. It's like, hold on. Let me up the ante there. What is it? 200 silver and 30 gold? Yeah,
Yes.
there we go. And then I'll throw in 100 copper for the trouble.
She's just like, oh, yeah, more accounting.
You at least have them in coin rolls.
No.
You bastard!
Couldn't you just
I have
like...
I love to imagine it's just like he reaches into a bag and pulls a fistful out of it at a time.
I pull a fistful out, and surprisingly, for whatever reason, it's exactly 25 coins each time. I got a pretty good sleight of hand. I could do something like that.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you that.
It's the max amount your hands can hold, and then you always pull
Yeah.
max.
No. It's one of those things that he can do the party trick where he just reaches into a bag and pulls out exactly what you ask him to. Every time. Just the exact number.
Mm-hmm.
You weirdo.
But yeah. Is there anything else you guys want?
How much is ammunition?
Ammunition for the rifles is 5 gold pieces per bundle of 20. Or for the cannon, it is 50 gold pieces for 20.
Do you have an ass-kicking staff by any chance?
600.
He just pulls out like a really big stick, and then you realize it's a baseball bat.
Peanut butter jelly.
Take it,
Peanut
Pete.
butter jelly.
Boo.
Boo this man!
This is my new pet,
I'm
But
all
you
down.
can't.
and his name
You
will
know-
be Smiley.
Okay, so do you think we need more guns? Do you think if we have more guns, we can actually like sell it to maybe the Welsh and stuff that they can be more useful to?
Ooh, that's not bad. Think they'd take guns over funds.
Elay chimes in and says, well, the Welsh have their own suppliers, and their own craftsmen as well.
Yeah.
That'd be like trying to sell my arms to the Tashimura.
Well, what about ammo?
I'm sure they have plenty of ammo as well.
So why are we here? God damn it. Okay.
I don't know. Why are you here?
You know what?
Following you.
I'm gonna go to the
Yeah,
hospital
take
and see if there's a
back.
body that I can just leech off of.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying, don't follow him because we're gonna get in trouble. Oh, maybe we're gonna get in trouble. Maybe someone should follow him.
I've already turned the corner and I'm like gone.
So you round the corner to go to the hospital.
Great.
And you enter in, and the nurse comes up to you and is like, "Oh, you poor thing, you're so pale and thin.
Truly. I think I have
Is everything
cancer.
all right?"
I think I have cancer.
Oh, that's terrible. Terrible. Here, come take a seat. We'll get you checked in, and then Dr. Kevorkian will be in to see you in just a moment.
Dr. Kevorkian? Is that what I heard?
Yes, he's a wonderful doctor.
What does he specialize in?
Well, he
Resolving
specializes
pain.
in healing the sick and removing pain.
You say that-
remove all your pain.
Well, definitely.
What did the other people in the room look like?
Oh, there are a lot of old people here.
Probably close to you.
I
There are
just
a lot
look-
of old people. There's a sick child.
Oh, great. Oh, man. Like, I'm gonna sit across from the kid. And
And he's looking at you and he's like, "Oh man, you've got it bad, huh?"
I show him this trick I do, where I like hold up my thumb, and then I like grab it with my hand. You know that one, like this.
What, the
Yeah.
take your finger?
Yeah. I'm doing it. I'm just like the thumb thing. Yeah, that one too.
Yeah.
So you do that, and he's like, "Oh no, you've got the leprosy."
So you got the leprosy now?
I've got this weird skin condition, kid. Actually,
And then the rest of you enter chasing after Dread.
what are you all doing here? I'm alone in my
Okay.
cancer ward.
No, don't bother the people who are about to look like me, Dread. Come on, let's go.
I just realized, did they have hand revolvers and guns there? I'm gonna go back.
Okay, take them with you. I need a minute.
I go back and we go, do you have at least like
All right,
shotguns? Or, like,
all right,
She's
guys.
got pistols.
Fine. We can
Pistols.
leave.
Okay.
Fine, we can leave.
you do your thing. I'm gonna do my thing.
And when we like leave the building, I want to like round the corner really fast and go to the back.
Make a stealth check.
Yes. I want to find like a warm body. I don't want to have to just drain off of someone who's fucking. Ooh, 15 plus.
You've got blood. You've got blood vials on your spelljammer.
Yeah, but it's not with me.
You can walk there.
It's
You're
not.
literally making an event out of it for something you can solve.
Man, you guys are all talking about like we have McDonald's at home. Okay, this is what I'm hearing. You guys are being the fucking parents. This is warm shit. This is like warm day one. I'm going. I don't care.
Make yourself check.
17 total.
We have blood vials at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Does anybody have a passive perception of 17 or higher?
I don't think mine's that high.
Inside, you said?
No perception. Insight.
I got a 19.
No, he said passive.
Passive.
You also left.
15.
I know, but my passive perception is still 19, so.
It is?
Yeah, mine's 14.
Yeah,
Yeah, but, like you guys are walking away. The Lumbo Dread immediately just like turns and start walking up the building. Nobody else seems to notice, and you're like, "Really?
What's he doing?
I'm trying to get.
Well, I think we all-
I'm trying to get
to-
in. I'm trying to find like a surgical room where like someone's clearly like died.
Oh my god.
Should we?
So you like climb up the side of this building. You peek into the
What time is
into the
it now?
windows.
How long is the fucking like meeting? Like,
So you guys
We don't
have
know.
like an hour left. A little bit less
Like
than an
10
hour by
minutes.
now.
should we leave him?
I mean, yeah. Let's just let him do his thing.
Quick,
Get it
before
over
he
with.
sees us run away. The Lumbo,
If
carry me.
he gets caught, and arrested, well,
One sec. I'm gonna make
That's
sure
on
that
him.
we're a crew, and I gotta go back to the armory and ask about pistols.
Okay.
This is
Good
before
thing-
he gets a patch.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, good thing we don't have our uniforms.
Yeah, we're gonna hold on to one of these.
So the rifles she sells are 125. The pistols she's selling are revolvers, and they're only 50.
And how many of us? 10? 50 times.
I mean, if you count the grungs, there's 15.
15.
Yes.
Okay.
That's if you count all the grungs. And Savik.
Okay. And ammo? 6 packs?
Ammo is again 5 GP per bundle of 20.
5 GP 20. Okay.
By the way, how did you guys get like hundreds and hundreds of gold?
You're smart.
They kept track of it.
Yeah, they've been keeping track of it.
Oh yeah, there's
By
one point
being
I don't know if you noticed a
good at
while
heading.
ago, like, I found a bunch of gold, and I didn't say anything to anyone, so I'm just
Yeah?
Oh, is it because me and Wingdings bought that property?
No, because
No.
all of us bought
Yeah, we
something
all bought property.
Yeah.
Remember when we were
That was the
betting on
Sims
the
episode.
horse races?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the money that got used to buy the land.
No, the Lumbo found 1,400 GP.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Didn't say shit.
Yeah, I didn't say shit.
Like,
I trust.
Then how does
Yeah.
Oliver Green have so much money?
I actually don't anymore.
I have 22 GP. How did you have hundreds?
What the fuck? If you've only got 22,
That's
you have
because
not
you're
been
not
paying
writing down
attention.
anything that I've been telling that I've given out at Tom.
Yeah.
That's also true.
So that's on you, unfortunately.
But yeah, you go back in, buy your pistols, buy your bullets. I'll let you decide the quantities.
What is it? So there's 15 of us.
Mhm.
I was gonna get 20 pistols, and then each cartridge for each. So what would that be? That's about 600 GP, right? I think.
Okay.
So 1,000 for the 20 pistols.
1,000 for the 20 pistols.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yep.
He's making
And
it
And
then
bad.
200
said-
for all the bullets.
This is why Alex
So-
didn't put too many shops into his game.
So
Alex was
1,200
crazy.
altogether.
12 total for 20 guns and 4 packs of bullets for each gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, now we're
Like,
natural. Yes.
do they ask you like if you want a bag with that? Like, what the
I want to imagine, like, DeLumbo just walks out with a very large paper bag.
yeah, like
Really, a lot of paper bags. It's just like
Compared to Delumbro too at that.
and
now
paper.
it's a or he has 2 paper bags. One's full of ammo, one's full of pistols. I just wonder one arm.
Paper, like
I
just
think he
like
catches back up with you guys, and you guys go pick up your badges from Ahmed.
Pretty much.
in paper bag
And then-
fashion, they just rip.
Back at Ahmed's Arcana, you guys walk back in the shop. It goes ding ding, and he goes, "Ah, my friends, you return. Ahmed has special gift for you. Gift you paid for, but still gift." And he like pulls out a small box and sets it on the counter. He pulls out one of these badges, and he's like, "So who would like first badge?"
Sure, I do. Snatch.
So he like.
Yeah.
He like shows you how to use it, and it like peels off the back, and you put it on a piece of gear that you want to.
On my hat.
So you slap it on your hat, and it just kind of self stitches into the hat.
Nice. As a wizardry and on
And then he goes, "Now watch, good illusion, and he like presses the badge, and like an explosion, just a little explosion comes out of the skull. The skull's like flying forward for about a foot, and then it disappears.
I love it.
That is interesting. I
That's
enjoy
what
it.
we didn't pay for. Return.
Perfect. It's brilliant. And I pay him the remainder of the gold.
So he takes in and counts out your gold and says, "So, to whom do I have pleasure of making these items? What do you call yourselves?"
The
Crew of
We
the
call ourselves things.
crew of the Ellerbird.
That is a terrible name. terrible name.
it's a work in progress. Clearly, we're okay. I give you guys that. All right, we'll come up with a name. Any ideas?
Ahmed have suggestion. Soaring skulls.
No.
Don't
He presses the thing again, and the skull goes flying.
Stop touching me. That's sexual harassment.
No.
I don't work for you.
You're still harassing me sexually.
How about
That's my thought.
all I'm sitting there thinking is the flaming skull, and then like try in order to make it somehow themed into it. Oh man, magic missile.
Summon undead.
It's a work in progress. We got a skull explosion emblem. That's good enough for right now. I mean, I'm still open for suggestions. Ellerina, if you had to come up with a name, do you got one? You're, I like it.
What's spoiler? What?
Yep. Sure.
Pollo loco.
I don't think it would. Can you make
The
it a
crazy chicken?
It would just be known as the crazy chickens.
I mean,
We'll be known as the crazy chickens with a hammerhead shark ship. We'll be confusing the fuck out of people, man.
I don't think
why are we crazy?
is a good thing for our reputation, especially not to be taken seriously at a war council.
You know what?
Guys,
We'll figure.
right.
We'll
Food is actually being delivered. I'll be right back.
Yeah, screw it.
we'll brainstorm on it.
Brainstormed. You guys better mute my mic, because if he says, "What are you guys named?" I'm screaming that out.
The Bucky Beavers.
The Bucky Beavers.
Oh god.
No.
I mean, there's the obvious one.
I'm not here right now, so I can't
I mean,
contribute.
you say obvious. What's obvious to you?
The skull
Um,
fuckers.
the LT Barone.
Let's
Los
see.
tiburones?
I don't know.
Did we just like a bunch of masked wrestlers?
Yeah.
Well-
when you're by yourself, you could.
The big
The-
one.
We're the Joe Hendricks.
The big one. The red wig.
The Red Wake?
The big one.
The big one!
The big one.
We're naming it the big one?
What do we
Good.
call the Red Wake?
Look, I love the name the Red Wake. That's my vote for anything forever.
I said it's the obvious one. The ship's even
Yeah.
red and yellow.
Yep.
Yeah. All in for Red Wake.
The LT Barone.
Will be known as the Red Wake, aka Los Tiburones.
Or Rossburg's Revenge.
Sure.
Shut up.
Rossburg's Wrath.
Dun, 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 dun,
The Failings.
dun, dun,
The Rothsbury Revengers. Roth's Revengers.
The Revengers.
The Rossbury Wrath.
Almost said something mean.
I mean, Red Wake.
Red Wake's pretty badass, I'm just saying.
I know.
Leave nothing but red in our wake.
I
That's
mean, we're
fine.
yellow too.
Red Wake's
fine.
not bad.
And also yellow.
Yeah.
The Red
I'm not
Wake
mad
it
at
is.
that.
Yeah. We are the Red Wake.
We gotta switch it up, so it's gotta be more red.
No, we're fine.
Yellows.
Whatever it is. Can look like clowns. Too much color.
Mm.
So where is Amalia gonna put this patch?
Red. So
He's
while they're
wearing
doing this, you
Yes.
scale the side of this building, right?
Yes.
And you're looking in through the windows, and you can see there are several sick bays. No, you don't want any sickies.
Nope. Sickies or
You
ickies.
can see
Ace
Just
gives it a
you don't
kick
have-
to the blood.
It doesn't mean people don't get sick. That's like saying, "Oh, if I don't go to the doctor's office, that means I'm not sick." That's not what that means.
you
Sickies
can
are
see a
icky.
surgical bay that doesn't have anybody in it right now.
Lame.
And then there's this one corner of the building where all the windows are boarded up.
Yes, jackpot.
You can't even peek in. You can't even peek in through the gaps in the board. That's how tight they are.
Okay, but how's it smell?
That's a good tightness right
You
there.
take a good whiff, a deep smell. And
Yeah.
it smells like something died in here.
Oh, it smells like home.
No, it smells like food. Do I have something I can
Looks
pry it
like
open with?
handpiece.
I'm just gonna use the sword. I'm gonna use the sword to try to pry it open.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Ooh, athletics. Something I'm... Okay,
Terrible
I have
at.
+3. That's a 17 plus 3. 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
So you manage to get your sword blade in between some of these boards on the top and use the rigidity of the sword's blade and the stone of this building to like pry this board back, and then the next one, and the next one. You get just enough of a gap right at the top of the window to sneak in through.
He.
And you like poke your head through, and you realize this used to be a surgical bay too, but in this dim dimly lit room, you have dark vision, right?
Yep.
In this dimly lit room, you can see that there are several strange devices, and someone's strapped into one, and they've recently expired. What would you like to do? Do you want to go in further? Do you want to investigate further?
When you say like a device, is it like a seat?
It's like a chair, and there's this device that clamps over their head, and it obscures their face.
Oh.
Like a Saw 2.
There's like a
Saw
sheet
1.
draped over them, so you can't quite tell. You can't quite tell like gender or anything. There's a sheet draped over them. You can tell that there's some kind of mechanical device underneath this.
Okay.
And where their head would be, that's where the biggest part of the device is.
Okay, I'm just going to go by the sheet and like reach my hand under and try to grab the arm and see if I can feel if it's warm or it's like
cold.
ice cold.
It is ice cold, dead as hell.
Oh.
It's like cold and clammy.
It's not the most
Like it's
satisfying meat.
skin.
Yes.
You're feeling the skin, and it's still pliable. This body hasn't undergone rigor mortis just quite yet.
It's not the worst thing ever. I've snacked on worse things. I'm just gonna do the thing to like slowly amp myself up by slowly taking the drape off. I'm
So,
gonna
what direction are you pulling the sheet? Head to foot or foot to head?
No, head to foot. Yeah,
Why are you doing this like a horror movie?
that's what I'm doing. I'm like amping myself up for the jump scare. I'm gonna like pull it down so it's coming from head to foot.
So as you pull down the sheet, you can see there's this massive device that was clamped around somebody's head, and it's almost like a large spine adjuster, like something that would stretch out somebody's spine. They've been seated and strapped into it, and their head is engulfed in this strange wire mesh with electrodes sticking out of it. And this person is very, very dumb.
Damn, they did you dirty, man.
But you can also see that this device has like a wire running into the floor that hasn't been disconnected, and a power switch. Like right up by the head.
So they haven't pulled the plug on him yet?
Wait, is the power just off?
The power's just off.
I'm gonna turn the power on.
So you turn the power on, and like the room lights up with sparking electricity, and his body begins to shake violently against its restraints. How long are you going to leave it on for?
He's super dead, but the body's just
Yeah, it's like shaking violently against this electricity.
I don't know. I'm getting a show with dinner here, so I'm gonna let it go for a little bit.
How long's a little bit?
Fucking freak.
Is there a door?
Yeah, there's a door here. But how long's a little bit?
Oh man, the body just
A
keeps
minute?
shaking, and nothing
A
rips
minute?
off. Nothing rips off. Like a minute at least.
After about a minute, this body's shaking. The fingers begin to curl inwards against the hand rests and dig in to the point where the fingertips split open as they're pushing the fingernails into the body. The eyeball smoke. The teeth begin to shatter and crack.
Okay.
Are you gonna leave this key going?
I'm gonna shut him off.
So you shut him off, and the body's eyes are smoking. Its fingers still don't relax. And you give its skin a touch, and it's a little warmer now.
Did
A
you
little
say?
closer to life.
Yeah. Did you say that the like fingernails blew off?
Not blew off, like the electricity that was running through this body caused all of its muscles to tense up, and it's like it's gripping the armrests of the chair it's strapped into so hard, the fingernails push back into the fingers and split the fingers open.
Ooh, so the fingers are split open.
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm gonna use the fingers like a straw, and I'm just gonna.
Just gonna.
Yeah, I'm gonna suck the blood out like a straw.
Oh God.
Give me a con save.
What, does he have herpes?
That's how you get that. Thanks.
I have a +4 to this. Go purple
Oh, no,
dice. That's a 13 plus 4. 17.
This blood tastes a little off, but it's palatable. It's warm now, at least.
Tastes like 8.
I'm just getting my Capri Sun here, guys.
Shit, it was Freddie Mercury the whole time.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck! We're really in for it now. Yeah, I'm just gonna slurp it like a juice box, just enough, and then I'm going to just do the classic vampire outside the window and just like
Okay.
just leap out.
So we're gonna cut back to the ship. And I'll let Dredd be here if you want him to be, or you can have him running to town back to the ship.
Yeah, I'm
But you
gonna.
guys have just arrived back to the ship.
I'll be back.
with
That's
your
fine.
with your badges and your new guns, and Evandira gives you guys a
God
tap on the
damn
shoulder, and she's like, "Almost time. We got like 10, maybe 20 minutes."
Let's go there
I
now.
forgot. Do we have holsters? I forgot to get holsters. Shit.
How can you forget the holsters? We can't. Yeah.
It's been a while.
You know what? I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. The guns come with holsters because what good is a sword if you're not buying the scabbard, right?
Yeah.
What good is a gun if you're not getting some way to carry it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She sells to adventurers, right?
All right.
Mhm.
Like her rifles should come with carry straps, you know.
Yeah.
I'd say her pistols come with a hip holster,
Stay strapped or get
the
clapped.
crossbody holster style.
Yeah.
But yeah, Evan, when you guys get here, you guys start offloading your stuff. Evandira like taps somebody on the shoulder and like holds up a wrist and goes, we're getting short on time here. It's about 20 minutes." As you guys are looking to the skies, you can see that there are a total of 8 Shrike ships here. Each of these have, like, in gilded lettering, names across the side, like Orebreaker, Stone Cleaver, Silver Hewer, Gold Grinder. Additionally, 3 more ships have showed up. The Ashen Tide, the Cutthroat Mirage, and the Emberglide.
Do we know what faction they are from? Or
Ellerina recognizes the Ashen Tide, the Cutthroat Mirage, and the Emberglide as 5-finger ships. Like, I'll just give that to Ellerina.
My fingers.
Oh.
Oh, my peeps are here, guys.
Man, that's a impressive sight. All these ships arriving in one place. Sounds like something important's going on.
Yeah, Oliver,
Ellerina.
if you die in this war, can I have your mustache?
Sure.
Yes.
Asking the real questions.
Preparing myself.
Ellerina. As you guys are standing near having this conversation, you get a message from Crow. Good news, bad news. 2 available ships. Your choice. The Snake Bite or the Unexpected Delay.
I know the second one.
Wait, what were the names one more time?
Snake Bite
Snake
or
Bite
Unexpected
and-
Delay.
Yeah.
Snake Bite is Lucius.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who's the other one?
The unexpected delay.
Is it Logan?
I know who it is. I don't want to spoil. That's my choice.
I relay that information to everybody.
Which one do you want?
And I give them details of the ships if I know about them from the Titans.
Give me a history check.
It's an 18.
With an 18, you can't quite recall what their specialities are, but you recall their captains, mostly because you're a fangirl of the Titans. Lucius is the captain of the Snakebite, and is known for just viciously getting into a melee and tearing people apart. And the unexpected delay, it depends on which Titan is piloting it that day. The ship is a living ship, so it's about the size of the Roth's Lance, and either Morgana Grimnar or Logan Grimnar is the pilot.
Grimnar sounds very familiar.
Oh boy,
Oh boy.
that one's my favorite.
I'm okay
Still
with either
haven't-
one.
I still haven't seen Snakebite, so Ellerina was saying Snakebite. Because that's how she is.
Okay.
So that's 2 for Grimoire, and Ron is unknown, so you have Addicts and Connor.
Alex and Connor for what?
So
Yeah.
we'll put the ship.
We have no idea, even as a character. It's like,
So you just explain them how they fight. You have a living ship that be piloted by Logan Grinmore, which is
Or Morgana Grimnar.
Yeah. And then you have Snakebite, which is a in-your-face ship that would jump and start massacring people. The Snakebite.
I'd say the snake. I mean, if you want to hit them when they come through, maybe the snake bite's best for that.
So that's another vote for the snake bite.
That's 2 for 2.
How about you, Kelly? Which one do you want?
I don't know
Pick the Grimnar.
about you, but Will shuddered at the Grimnars, so that's the one that I'm interested in.
Yeah, buddy.
that resulted in the largest reaction, so that's what I'm here for.
Oh,
The expected delay is a very cool name.
Oh, trust me, I'm excited for Snakebite too. I just didn't want to go crazy.
So these are Will and Steven's player characters from another campaign.
Ah, that tracks.
Mm-hmm.
And there are Spelljammers.
I'm so excited.
So we're just waiting on Alex. Well, I will.
Continue because I have to reply to her anyway.
He's coming back.
Either
Alex.
Hello.
What was I gonna say? Crap. Either way, whatever ship we vote on, it's still badass.
Crow messaged Elrena, telling her that you guys get the choice between two of the Titans' ships.
Rad.
Either the Snakebite or the Unexpected Delay.
Oh. We went with the unexpected delay, right?
That
So
it's
you
still
vote.
it's still in vote. It's 3 for unexpected delay.
So Snakebite fights by getting as close as it can to the other ship and start boarding and start slashing people's necks and stabbing them and drinking all the blood. Well, the other ship stays there.
No.
I don't know. You have
The
to sell
other
your
ship
ship,
is
man.
alive. You're trying to undersell my ship so fucking badly right now.
Wait, is the vote tied?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. You could tell them about your ship, Logan.
Look, no, it's not the ship that's the extra fun part. That's all I'm gonna say.
And the other one's a big is a big ship. It's a living ship, you know.
It's a living
It's-
ship, and that's cool and all, but that's not the fun part.
Then you have to explain it to me. You're giving like zero context.
Look, it's
But we don't know.
the
In
captain. That's
character,
the
we don't
fun
know.
part. Don't worry about it. Just know that the captain's
Choose
the fun part.
You're literally
Choose with
making
your
me
heart, not with your brain.
Yes, choose with your heart.
Snake bite
Know that
or
the
unexpected
captain's-
delay. Lucius Sorrow or Logan Grimnar.
What did Delumbo vote for?
Snakebite.
Snakebite.
Snakebite it is.
Oh, you bitch.
You bitch.
Okay,
You're not even telling me
Snakebite it is?
shit about it.
Look,
That's it. Ron's the last vote.
No, Ron said
Oh, okay.
Snakebite, didn't he?
I said either
I don't-
one.
Either one.
He was impartial.
yeah. Sure. I'll roll a die. Snakebite on odds and Logan's whatever on evens, and it's an odd. So snakebite. You can keep that vote the way it was.
Okay. So,
man.
phrase it however you would like to, Crow, and then we'll begin.
If we took a
Snakebite.
vote, hey Crow, hey Lady
I'm
Crow.
sorry,
Lady Crow.
Alex. You voted against having Donkey Kong in the party for a while.
Okay.
That's what you wanted to do. You wanted to go into monkey mode.
I mean,
I don't know.
honestly, yeah.
I thought
Having Donkey Kong in the party is always fun. I'm just saying.
How'd you know it was gonna be Donkey Kong on there?
Because
Because it's
Grimnar
literally
is
my
his
character.
Oh, he does.
He turns into a big monkey or an extra big bear
Or a wind dragon.
or a wind dragon. But no, you decided to go against it because you didn't want to go with the fun mystery option. So, eat it.
I don't know.
Also true.
Snakebite, as you said, it's not only be useful in the fucking battle coming, so that's why I
Yeah.
chose it.
Yes, that makes
Uh-huh.
way more sense.
Sure,
Okay.
you don't get a dragon in the party. But
Welcome to the party, pal.
Ain't salty, Will.
Welcome to the jungle.
So,
I am a
We
little
have
salty.
a game!
With that message sent,
We got gorillas
Bro.
and games.
Crow sends to you one more time and says, I'll have the Swan patrol the potential combat zone in stealth. Theoretically, they shouldn't be able to see the ship. In the meantime, I will grab Lucius and the Snakebite and head up to join you in the meeting. See you in about an hour.
See you then, Lady Crow.
Mhm. Tell her I said bye. Tell her I said bye.
Skull guy says bye.
Damn,
Dick.
she's gone already.
He's like, she blocked my number.
Left me on red.
Yeah.
Oh
It's-
no!
I'm gonna say that little debate for you guys took about maybe 5 minutes. It's almost time for the meeting. You guys are
Okay.
nearly late.
That's actually
Yeah, we should get there on time. Or at least a little bit early.
Oh yeah, no.
fashionably late.
To make us
Link
back.
forward.
Faster
I'm
we wait
playing.
about 1 whole minute.
I'm here. Up, everybody patch up.
All right.
Oh, you guys got them? Sorry, I was late.
Oh, yours was misplaced.
You got something on your lip there.
I think we miscounted. We don't know.
Oh, Dread, you got some red on you.
Yeah, you got some red on you. Oh, they.
Well, it's my war paint.
Indira
And
smiles at you guys and says, "Well, I'll stay with the ship. I'll make sure everything's in order."
we're like going we're going in, and I'm gonna smear it like lines, like war paint on my face.
Oh my god.
You see, this is why you don't get it.
Press the
I was
digitation on
gonna
his
think
ass.
you want
Press
a
the
gun,
digitation.
but you know
Press
what?
the digitation. Press the digitation. All
No.
over him.
No,
By force. Grab him, Dolombo.
no. I want the
No.
badge.
Press the digitation. I'm cleaning your ass.
I want a patch on my duster.
You weren't with us when we did it. You're not part of the team.
Oh my god.
That's rude.
I give him
I
a
was
pass.
I
Yes.
got guns for everyone. Look, like
Look, I got a patch from Oliver Green. He gave me one.
Yeah,
Press the
it
digitation.
call it mustard while I look like this. Okay.
You know who's gonna give us away.
Right.
I put the patch on.
Press the digitation.
I take the
So you
president.
slap the patch on. You guys know where the meeting room is.
And
Where
we
did we go for it?
head in.
I stand absolutely straight. I'm now a professional.
That's all it takes.
but I gave him his gun.
The
He's no
one.
politician, though.
Wingding's looking all snazzy with his new patch.
Yes, well, I know. Oh fuck, we
Oh,
got
guys.
plus 2 extra guns because I already have 2 pistols. I don't need.
Let's go
We
to
just-
war.
Walking around with like an armory in
Yeah.
your pocket.
Oh, it's just for for whenever other people, I think Jacques is gonna grow up.
They're all loaded too.
Yeah,
It's like okay.
that's how I. That's the way
Okay.
right.
You never show up unprepared.
So, second map. As you guys enter the conference room, you can see that there is an elderly dwarf man whose beard is just beginning to go gray from its dark brown state, and he's joined by about 5 or 6 other dwarfs. Each of them carrying, a small sidearm, but the majority of what they're carrying is paperwork and quills and ink.
Ooh.
Sitting across from them, you see an orange-haired man. Standing at his right side is a young, fairly attractive woman. And every time he speaks, what comes out of his mouth is fucking gibberish. He's speaking some strange language you've never even heard. Saying things like "Gwerdeling" and stuff like that. I'm not going to try and speak Welsh, okay? I don't speak any Welsh.
No, don't you?
Can I cast comprehend languages?
I do cast
Even with
tongues
comprehend
on
languages,
myself.
you do not understand this language.
That's
You're
fair.
pretty sure they're making these words up as they go.
I do cast tongues on myself though.
Okay.
So you can speak it?
I can speak any language.
A familiar-looking man sits across from the table from where you guys enter the room. The Admiral. He looks different this time, though.
Of course, it
This
does.
time he looks like a tiefling, with dark brown skin and large curling ram's horn. And he strokes his smooth chin and nods as you guys enter. And then finally, sitting right across from him, Captain Hoshizaki.
The man
As well as two other Tashimura people, a half-elf and an orc. And Captain Hoshizaki looks over his shoulder at you, nods, and he motions to the chairs to his right. He says, come, have your representative sit here, at table with us.
And,
Young Miss Serafina, just tell us of fleet details. Many ship come.
I also take a seat at the table, acting as if I belong there.
And Captain Hoshizaki, he stands up, pushing out his chair as he does, and he motions across the table and he says, I think we are ready to begin here. Does everyone concur?
Yes.
And the dwarf nods and says, oh, get on with it.
I looked at Mr. Delumbo and I'm like, they're very formal.
Well, those are dwarves. I don't know what. Wait, hold on.
I'm glad
From what dear Captain Colin Mustard has told me, great threat threatens the reef. It is time for factions to set aside minor squabbles. Come together. Fight this as one. And the man leans over, the orange-haired man leans over to the woman by his side and says something quietly. And she nods and repeats something back to him that, again, you guys can't understand what the hell he's saying. But she nods and says, the Welshman can agree. In this particular case, we should come together. Fight honorably and repel these invaders. And across from them, the dwarf says, aye. But what about payment? After all, this is happening in Welsh territory. It'd be quite a few days before they'd come to the brick boots. We could prepare our own fleet to make ready and fight back.
If the armies were coming for the brick boots territory first instead of coming for the Welsh territory first, you still wouldn't be able to defend them in time. We're going up against an army and a dragon.
They kind of all look at each other and we didn't know about a dragon.
That's why we need all the help we can get.
Mm-hmm.
You see, like she pointed to, we are facing an entire fleet. I mean, you could forego this alone, and you could very well take it on. I'm not going to discredit your fleet's ability to do so, but I will say it will cost you. It will cost you a hell of a lot more than if you were to, say, band together with the group of like-minded individuals such as these and take care of a threat. Crimson Dawn is not going to stop at one faction. It's not going to stop until it has resolved whatever conflict in its mind that it thinks that it is. And to me, so far, I've noticed that its main goal seems to be conquest of some sort. It's definitely claiming territory, and I don't think it needs to continue doing that. At least, not from my lonely perspective. Those are the great faction leaders that sit at this table. I mean, if you're okay with them encroaching on your territory, that's on you.
It's not just conquest they're after. In our experience, it's also genocide of races that they deem unworthy.
No, I could tell you about that. They hit Roxbury for some reason. I don't know why.
We've been given a great opportunity to strike this fleet at its heart at a moment of untold. Well, what I'm trying to say is we've never seen this opportunity before, and we need to seize it.
And
If-
we have backup from the Titans, if you know who they are and what they've done.
And we're
We
bringing
have
you this
stormed the
information
barrier.
straightforward and in good faith, laying our cards on the table.
we've invested a lot of favors, and we help to include our help as much as possible with our recently acquired gunship. But more importantly, our knowledge of what's actually to come. From our calculations, we estimate, and I just look at Quartermaster, if I'm not mistaken, it's 20 ships. Is that correct, Delembo?
Yes. 20 ships.
Also,
I'll get that. I'll get those actual ships into you in a second.
his vanguard seems to have a solar dragon, the ages of which is unknown to us exactly, but Serafina, their kin, might have some more information. Well, provided us information that it's quite brutal. So most likely, it alone counts for its own vessel. We need to take this head on. We need to put in everything that we have to squash this where it's at, and by doing so, we may gain an even greater ally. As I look at Serafina,
I have the numbers if you want right now.
if you
And
would,
the dwarves immediately upon hearing numbers, like the dwarves behind this guy who's seated, they like scramble and set down their stuff. And they're like, yes, numbers.
if you would,
20
warships. 20 warships. Night Spiders, Arachnid class, 3, 6 Star Moths, and 10 Wasps.
You see one of them breaks out an abacus, the other one's jotting things down, they start talking to each other. And the dwarf nods and says, well, this Agnes, the brick boot, can get behind you, newcomers to this wonderful stage the Shattered Reef is. I can agree it cost us dearly to separate. You make a good point there. But that still does come down to the matter of payment. After all, if it's just this lass he's looking for, why not just hand her over?
I think we've been clear that it's not just her that they're looking for. It's conquest and genocide. So, how much is your life worth?
they're simply trying to obtain her head
Shit.
in order to maintain rightful heir of their own power internally. If we can upset that structure, that alone may cause a rift within their own society to prevent this from ever occurring. But we need to install somebody that's loyal to us. In this case, Serafina is the rightful heir. She's just been outcast by someone who seized control because they simply had enough influence at the time.
Serafina nods and, puts a hand on your shoulder and says, while my brother might take me and leave, he'll certainly cause immense damage to your home here. To all of your home, and your people's. And while he might leave with me, he will most certainly return with the Citadel. And that means returning with the full force of our navy. These 20 warships that they've talked about, it's but a portion of the full might of my empire. We need to come together. My brother is not well. In short, he's a madman, bent on conquest and his own ideal of the rightful reclamation of a land that was never his. What they say is true. His coming here means the death of countless people in your factions, in your own families, but more importantly, as you're so concerned with, a loss of profit. And she looks at Agnes Rockboot, the man sitting in the chair. After all, even if you're successful in repelling my brother, on your own, you'll suffer great heavy losses to your own fleet of merchant ships. And she turns to the Welshman and says, and your people, they'll lose a good number of your craftsmen. And who knows how many ships and how many rare artifacts from your history you might lose.
You speak.
The dwarfs behind Agnes lean in and whisper something, and you can see the tiefling's ear twitch in response. And he starts rubbing his bald chin just a little more surreptitiously. And Agnes leans back forward and says, well, we have some preliminary numbers, and I think I might have an idea. You see, each of us have brought a small fleet with us to parlay with and barter with, and the brick brutes are more than willing to submit their 8 ships. But there's a matter of how we'll be compensated, and my boys here have just given me a great idea. What if we were to split the salvage of the ships? A fair percentage based on active participation and cost versus risk analysis. You see, I think everybody here stands to gain something, and if we all fight, we'll all get something out of it. I've been a little cagey, and this young lass is the rightful heir to her throne. She'd make a good ally in the long term. We can all agree on that. And the Admiral nods and says, so what's this dividend supposed to look like? And Agnes nods and says, well, we'll get to that, but what if we were to draw up a contract? All parties here sign, and divvy up the sums based on the number of ships you can promise yourselves to this action. Does that seem fair?
I mean, I can understand wanting to have proper dividing of the loot, but realistically, the rights of salvage, I think, should be entertained at least. If you take down the ship, you should be able to claim what you take down.
No, but of course, but it's a joint venture after all. And considering the amount of product that the Tashimura and the Brick Boots are looking at investing, it only makes sense that the dividends wouldn't quite be fairly split if it were just take what you could get. I mean, after all, not everyone here is as well reputable as our friend Captain Hoshizaki. And he's looking right at the 5 fingers when he's saying this.
Oh.
That's fair. I understand.
Give.
Well, that depends. I mean, after this battle, depending on how well we do, I think there might be another negotiation about privateering, but I don't think we have a choice at this moment.
Definitely if there is survivors. If there is a major loss to one faction, we can't...
As far as we know they have the dragon, but I think they're going to do a force themselves. If we can stop that, it might be a questionable thing. I mean, they've already attacked my hometown on planet. So they're here already.
Or at least enough firepower is already here to do that.
Yes.
So...
Well,
So what kind of support are you prepared to give if you're expecting a large reward?
Well, the Brick Boots are experienced salvagers. Combat's not particularly our forte, but to defend our homes, our freedoms, and our new allies, of course we're going to chip in our own guns and our own ships. Whatever we can spare.
Then that would be
But the services that we could provide you are the salvages of the hulls left over, and you could even sell us the hulls you don't need. After all, I highly doubt that Eula or the Five Fingers have quite as many pilots as you do in the Hoshizaki or Brickman clans.
I think spoils should be divided among, depending upon your, they'll be distributed based on your contributions. If you're going to aid in supplies instead of able men, then that's fine. But there's no reason to supply you with large reward if you're only going to supply a handful of guns and scrap. So what meaningful contribution could you provide to reap a meaningful reward?
He looks a little perturbed at your phrasing, and he says, "The brick boots are going to contribute 8 Shrike ships, fully armed to the teeth as the clans can provide them. I wager to say that's a bit more than your ship. Make no mistake, girl. I agree with you. By contribution, we should be calculating our dividends." And he pulls out a sheaf of papers. He says, "We've had time to prepare a bit of a prenuptial agreement.
Of course.
Sorts. Think of this as more of a guideline rather than a hard set in stone. For you guys, I uploaded a text file to the Lands of Lemuria chat that you guys can download if you want to look at the contract."
Oh, I'm gonna.
Oh, I know you.
We're fucking looking at contracts already.
Oh, I'm gonna look at the fucking terms and conditions. Don't you fucking think I won't?
Do we wait for
Even
Kelly
look
to
at the
read?
fine print.
Perhaps you have simply forgotten. Honestly.
Oh, fuck it.
But you guys read this contract, and as you're going over it, it states some simple things I'm just going to give you without a dice roll. The distribution of salvage is split between 5 parties. 25% goes to the first 2 parties, designated the Brick Boot and Welsh factions. 20% to the 4th party, designated as the Tachimura. 15% to the Five Finger Syndicate, and 15% to the Adventurous Sorts, quote unquote. That's what I had written in for you guys.
Can I print this? One sec.
Amalia gets her red pen out.
I almost don't.
I didn't have a name for your guys' party, so you guys are just the first party.
I almost don't want to
Really?
ask where she's been holding that this entire time.
That was about
That's a
it.
bag.
I don't know. She didn't. I didn't hear an unzip of a bag, and it just kind of appeared. It's kind of weird.
Interesting how you say that this is just a loose guideline when the first fucking sentence is serves as a binding agreement.
Actual
You
salvage.
motherfucker.
It's still something. Hey? Nobody signed anything just yet.
Well,
This is
that's
just a preliminary revisionary contract. Standard practice amongst the Brick Boot clans.
Bold of you to already enter in the percentages even before you knew how much each person was willing to contribute.
I'd rather just fucking print this out because I like drawing like shit.
No, same. I'm so angry that I'm not at work and I can't print this off. Like, I'm so fucking angry right now.
Email it to Leslie and be like, Leslie, I need you to print this off. Caleb's fucking with me.
Yes!
Yeah.
This bitch thought.
See? So we're almost to the end of our normally allotted time here. So
Yeah.
I'm going to highlight some of the articles, like what they say.
Yep.
Article 1 is for salvage rights. It says exclusive salvage rights. Each party gets to claim exclusive rights to no more than 3 ships of their choosing within their share percentage. All claims have to be declared within 48 hours of the battle's conclusion. Salvage of ally ships, opt-in clause. Salvage rights to ships or materials belonging to allied factions, contributed to the battle by the undersigned parties, are included in the pool of general salvage unless explicit written consent is provided by the ship's owning faction. Any allied ship that sustains significant damage and is abandoned shall revert to the ownership of the Brick Boot clan unless otherwise declared in writing by the owning faction within 48 hours of the battle's conclusion.
Oh, I have.
So-
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm.
That's
oh,
That's
that
a red
line,
circle right there.
That line is very beneficial to the rock boots, but can be omitted. I don't
Just
know.
cross out rock boots and put in the red wig.
Oh, that's right. I have to add your guys' name here.
Yeah.
We are adding in like the friendly fire thing, right? Like no friendly fire.
I'm not even gonna try and edit this contract.
So Article 2, assistance rendered. Combat shall be defined as active participation in disabling or destroying enemy spelljammer ships with a prioritization of disabling vessels to preserve their value as salvage rather than destruction. All parties share the responsibility of targeting enemy vessels to maximize salvage potential. No expense for additional services. Services rendered beyond the active combat participation, including but not limited to salvage operations, intelligence gathering, logistical support, shall be provided at no additional expense to the first party or other signatories.
Jesus.
Max
Are there? So
Can I
you
put-
said there were a slew of people who brought people with like quills and parchment. Does anybody else have any other contracts that they want to submit for review? Or is it
No,
just the brick boots that came
It's
prepared?
just the brick boots that came prepared.
Can you? Oh, that's some shiesty shit. When you, I know, I already. That doesn't matter. It is some shiesty shit when he prepared
That's
his
dwarfs
dog.
for you. That's dwarfs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's worse. In Rossbury, there weren't rock boots. They were
so in the Reef, they're brick boots. These guys were exiled by the rock boots.
Yeah.
Gee, I want why.
and
Article 3, exceptions and exclusions. Any items or materials deemed critical to the first party's mission are excluded from salvage. A detailed list will be provided within 24 hours of the battle's conclusion. Assets of immediate use are defined as any items or materials that the first party identifies as necessary for the mission or the continuation of this venture. These assets shall not require the consent of any other party to be obtained by the first party, but must be immediately acquired and retained for use during the entirety of the venture. Any materials not used but at the end of the venture shall be reallocated to the aforementioned share of the first party. Cultural relics. Any artifacts tied to the cultural heritage of the third party must be relinquished unto them, regardless of the claiming party.
This is known as the British rule.
Article 4. Disputes and arbitration.
Oh, yeah.
In the event of a dispute regarding salvage rights, our parties agreed to convene in a neutral arbitrator to resolve this matter within 3 days. Until arbitration concludes, all parties shall refrain from interfering with ongoing salvage operations. Article 5. Determination of forfeiture of shares. A party shall be considered default if it fails to fulfill its agreed-upon contributions to the battle effort, including but not limited to failing to actively participate or contribute to the destruction or disabling of at least one (1) enemy vessel. Forfeiture of shares. Any party deemed to be in default or rendered entirely incapacitated as a result of combat shall forfeit its salvaged share. Forfeited shares shall be reallocated among the remaining parties in equal proportions, and a fractional remainder resulting from this redistribution shall revert to the first party as the facilitator of this agreement. Survival of obligations. Obligations and rights under this contract remain binding on all parties unless explicitly terminated by mutual consent. Forfeiture of assets acquired during the contract event, or the conditions of the default and forfeiture are met as outlined above.
I think there should be a retreat clause. Like, if a faction or a party hasn't sustained a certain amount of losses and they were to retreat even after contributing ever so slightly, then they are also forfeit to prevent not necessarily cowardice, because let's be real. They take losses, I can understand retreating.
Yeah.
But if they just fire 3 shots and,
Clear a ship and then they back off.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Oh no, I have a lot of issues with this contract.
At any rate, would anyone like to give me a history or insight check?
I would.
Check of the session, so as many of you who want to may.
I would like to use my nat 20 that I rolled in the
Damn.
Don't even put me in it. I don't know about space.
I'm going to do
I
insight.
rolled a 15.
I'm also
on
doing insight.
I don't know. I got a 5 total, 4 plus 1.
Oh, I can do an insight check.
This is paper, Dread. And words on paper. Lots of words on lots of
21.
paper. A 21, a nat 20,
Do you know
15.
that? Do you know what that means? It's a lot of reading. Something I'm not going to do.
For insight, I got an 18 plus 7, so that's a 25.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, so the brick boots can go fuck themselves. And for history, I got an
It's one
11.
or the other. You don't have to do both.
Oh, okay, cool.
I did both.
You're already doing well, so just...
So, Elrina, you're gonna take some issue.
Already do.
Oh, trust me, I know you guys are.
I have feelings.
Elrina, you feel some issues can be hammered out in the first article. That's what you're most concerned about. You feel like there's some sort of exploit or some sort of crooked thing that the others could do here.
I relay that to them.
With a 25, Amalia takes serious issue with basically the entirety of this contract.
Yeah.
There are parts of it that she feels are fair and enforceable, but you can tell they've worked several loopholes into this contract.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't even been very discreet about doing so. And with a 15... Wait, 18 for DeLumbo, right?
I got a 21.
21.
Insight.
No, I got low.
It was the 15 for me.
With a 21...
I got over, I think.
You feel that Article 3, exceptions and exclusions, are very loosey-goosey. You feel you should look into that a little further, because it names your party, particularly, and is seemingly pretty generous. With a 15, Wingdings, you feel that there's some messy math that can be had in the termination forfeiture of shares. Something about the math just doesn't quite work out there. But you're not really sure. You're not a contract lawyer. And finally, you guys notice that it doesn't say, like, all of you are going to get this one. It doesn't say how value is calculated.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very suspicious. But with this roll, this is going to be the end of our session here. And I'm going to leave this contract in your guys' hands to pick apart with Red Ink.
There
So
we go.
write everything.
Excellent.
We got a couple weeks.
So I'll point out that
Kelly
we're
gets to bring it on
getting shit in
vacation.
Article 1. 50%.
Oh, this is what I'm doing on the plane.
Oh,
Yeah.
half of us are gonna be in Texas. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is what I was saying.
So, Kelly, what do you think? What do you think of my shifty as fuck contract?
Oh man, these I steaming as I was reading this fucking thing. Like at first it was like, okay, like they definitely seem like the kind of people who are used to having the upper hand and like they sort of come in and do this, like, okay, whatever. But then this I'm raging against the machine on this fucking document. Like,
Absolutely shifty.
fucking ego that's in this goddamn thing. They're used to just people going, oh yeah, that sounds reasonable. I don't know about that. Oh well, you're the expert. No.
Until it
No,
happens.
no.
Until it actually happens.
Not even your fucking contract that you gave us.
Mine was much more reasonable than this.
No, a second page is not reasonable.
It's more reasonable than this.
What contract that she gave you guys?
Mind your business.
Not your. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, she's got her own shiesty contracts, okay?
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Let's just say,
She's
like
just mad about other people's shiesty contract.
the rock boots were the only ones that came prepared.
Yep.
I think the Brock
man,
Boots
if
came
I-
less prepared.
No, they did.
But I will say I designed this so that there are loopholes for you guys to exploit in this contract as it is. Like there is actual ways that you guys could abuse this, legally and illegally.
We never did anything illegal in our lives.
Yeah,
What? No.
What?
I was
Check our record. No convictions.
Because I made the language vague enough, I gave you guys a big one there right at the end. It doesn't say how value's determined,
Right.
Yeah.
which all you should know that's a big issue in a contract.
Oh my God, yes. Especially when there's so much on here. But see, here's the thing is as much as I saw that as a loophole for us, that's more of a loophole for the brick boots because they're going to be like, well, we're experts in salvage. So in our expert opinion, it's worth X amount, or like this isn't actually worth anything. We're doing you a favor by taking it off your hands, type of situation. And then they turn around and they sell it for way more. They're like, oh no, like we put a lot of work into buffing this off. What the fuck ever? You just cleaned it. Like, no.
One doesn't give a shit. Literally.
Now, so another part of that contract is services rendered.
Yeah, and it's super fucking vague.
I think that's the
And
point.
I didn't like oh yeah, minimum of destroying one ship. Okay, but it's not specific on the ship or destroying one item. Okay, so they could blow up a skimmer, and that would count as their bare fucking minimum contribution.
That's why I said they have to stay long enough in order for it to happen, like and make a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
They can't
coward's
just
clause.
bail.
Yeah,
No fast bailing.
yeah. which is, of course, something that Oliver Green would think of.
Well, no, it does make sense. But I also left that vague for you guys. You guys could just destroy one ship and then dip.
Yeah.
You fulfilled your obligation.
The end.
Wait, look. All I'm saying is we got Dread in our party. If our ship got blown up, it was probably for the better.
We just got it detailed.
Yeah. You just got that stink away. If I blow up in it, that stink is just going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you really want that stink everywhere?
I mean,
As much as you make fun of me, once I get on another ship, it's a real
Ellie's
problem.
gonna be hitting a fucking Kinko's tonight to print the shit off. She's already got her keys